Hello everyone, I am Tacet, and today I'm going to be going over the weekly objectives for the My Little Unicorn event. It is the first event for Silverglade, and since it is before we actually get into the event, it is time for us to open up all of our event keys. I need pretty much more of everything. The main thing I am looking for here is more of the new dragon, and there we go, we already just got one of them. Now we need to keep a count because I'm going to be needing a lot more of them. A lot more. We actually need about 6 more. I need to make sure I have at least 2 or 3 extra copies beyond Mythic. So we need about 8 copies of him. We're currently at 2, so let's work on that. Of course, we're going to have horrible RNG and never get it. So we're at 2. Come on, at least give it to Mythic. 2. Okay, there we go. 5. 3 at once. Very nice. I also need more Princess Esbifs. That's also good. So what is that then? 6, right? I already lost count. Good job. Yeah, that should be, there's the 7th or 6th. We'll find out when we get another one. And then, yeah, that's definitely enough if we got a 2 there. And yeah, that's all the drops. So let's go see. I might have to do a few more. I need to make sure every single troop in this kingdom is actually fully upgraded. That is very, very important. Because there's currently only 8, and there's only going to be 8 in this kingdom for a while. So, for example, we need to make sure we actually get another Princess Esbif. Though, I did get enough Crystannexes. I just need to make sure I get one more copy of Princess Esbif, and then we have all of them maxed out. So let's go do that right now. Hopefully the game doesn't troll me too hard. So please, Princess Esbif, go. There we go, we got it. Oh, and we even got another Crystallinex. We can do 4 of them on a team if we wanted to. No, that wouldn't be viable. Though there is a funny team I want to show since we did end up getting it. There is a pretty funny team that we can do with 3 of them with a Dragon Soul, which we will be showing. But first things first, let's go upgrade these things. The main thing I'm going to be missing, because for some reason it's set up that way, commons are actually the hardest thing in the game to get to mythics. Mainly because you can only get them off of gold keys for the most part. You can get them off of guild keys too, but you'd have to open them at a much earlier, and it wouldn't be worth doing. But what we are essentially doing is just upgrading everything so we can get that extra 1 magic that we get for 5-starring a kingdom. And getting this dragon, I'm so glad that we actually have enough copies of this dragon, because there are quite a few fun things that you can do with 2 or 3 of this, mainly because it has the crystallize on the last trait. So even if it's completely mana blocked, it doesn't even matter because you have the enchant. So you're still going to be gaining a huge amount of mana on them, 2 per turn, 2 for all of them, so 6 mana total. This, it doesn't matter that's not at Mythic. Of course, that is the event troop this week for Glory, so we can easily buy as many as we need for Glory. And here's the little unicorn, probably the most useless troop in the entire kingdom. Or actually, it is the most useless troop in this entire kingdom. Pretty much every single troop in this kingdom has a purpose except for that unicorn. Anyways, let's go now into the events. The first one is defeat the Glacial Peaks enemies to gather crystals for Princess Esbif. This is actually excessively easy, and there's a new team that I want to show that was made possible from this kingdom. So let's go to that, Glacial Peaks. What you'll want to do is go into challenges, and you will need Glacial Peaks pretty much finished to be able to do it. Go to the Let It Snow challenge. Gosh. And use this team. This team actually is a little bit harder to build. Probably more for mid-game and later. But it is Princess Esbif fully traded, a bomb bot, Black Manacles using a fully traded Mechanist class, and any troop that only uses brown. Doesn't matter what it is. I just put a Dwarven Miner there. And, of course, double brown banner. This is pretty strong. I still haven't tested it yet to see how, in comparison to other Explore teams I normally do, but it does have a very, very quick possible win if it actually gets this off. Though, on a board with no brown like that, that is a little bit harder. Ideally, what would happen is we get an extra turn off that brown, and we just completely win, do a bomb bot, do Black Manacles. I'll probably show that again, just because that's a very bad example of it when it just completely misses like that. But sometimes the board is like that, which is one of the reasons why I feel like it may not always be as quick as it may seem sometimes. Like, it can get some excessively quick wins, this team, but it sometimes does what you just saw, and then it goes a lot slower, of course. As long as it hits 1 purple, we just won. So all you have to do is that, Black Manacle it, and that is the match. And ideally, we'll try showing it again and see if we can get the most ideal thing to happen. The most ideal, of course, is she just uses her ability. You get an extra turn off the brown, you then use Bomb Bot, you then use Black Manacles, and then you win it. But anyways, this is giving us 4 event gems every single time. Very quick farming. I did these in like what, probably 10 minutes or so earlier, not even. Another thing to note is that you can get SBFs if you need more SBFs. That's actually why I only needed 1 more copy, because we can easily get 3 more, and that will drag her up to Mythic. So for once, this is actually useful, or at least for anyone trying to get the magic bonus or a higher star amount on the Kingdom. Other than that, there are a lot of event keys, and of course, event keys are pretty good to be using this week. And all you have to do, it's funny that's exactly 400, because all you have to do is win this challenge 100 times, and then you are good to go for the week for getting all of the little objective things. But let's try this again. Hopefully we don't get trolled with bad luck again. But as long as there's about 10 or more brown on the starting board, we should be fine. And it looks like a pretty bad board again, but hopefully it'll work out. Let's see, will we get it? Yes, we will get it. Not all of our mana, but close enough. Yeah, okay, so we did indeed get it. We'll just swipe that, and this is what I should do. A little bit slower, of course, it could have gave that to us all at once, but we'll just throw that down, use black manacles. It'll probably take a move or 2, but that is match, and it's as quick as that. Just gotta do that 100 times. Of course, maybe a little bit less, because you're obviously going to be killing some Glacial Peak troops when you are actually doing PvP. So you don't actually have to do like 100 battles here. You could probably do like 80 and then just get the rest from PvP. Maybe even a little less than that. But that is essentially how you do that. So next up, we have the new troop. I'll be doing a video later going over everything with that. But we will be using a troop with that, utilizing the fact that we have 25% from Silverglade, the 25% from Mystics, and the fact that we were getting 2 times Traitstones whenever we use the Silverglade Maiden. The Silverglade Maiden is an excessive tank. It's basically like a late game version of, or not even a late game version, but just an extremely tankier version of the Lance Knight that you get right at the beginning of the game. Also, as you can see here, Queen Mab is pretty popular. Something I just noticed right now as we are doing this, levels are in reverse order. Level 1061 on 1 trophy, then a 520, then the lowest level is on my 3 trophy. That doesn't make any sense there, but 1, 2, 3. But yet the levels are in reverse order. Anyways, Queen Mab is everywhere. Oh, Glacial Peaks. Maybe that's why she's everywhere. I forgot. There are a lot of people in the game that actually set their teams. Well, of course, the Justice Valkyrie, Queen Mab, that is ridiculous these days. But there are a lot of people that tend to help people out and set their team to whatever the event gem is. And as you can see right there, that is what we are up against. So let's go use this team. This isn't the most optimal team, but I wanted to do one that only uses the Kingdom, since you can event key pretty much every single troop here. It's a Silverglade Maiden, Enchantress, Elven Bard, and the Kristarnax that we just upgraded to Mythic. And I forgot to level it when I did that. Let's just do that real quick. I probably forgot to level a couple of them, but oh well. We'll do that later if I forgot any of them. 1 level is not going to make or break this match. Well, let's go into that. We're actually using literally everything from the New Kingdom, 4 troops from the New Kingdom, as well as the new banner, which is +2 purple, +1 yellow, and -1 red for the color. And we'll just be doing that to spam out all of our abilities. We do not use brown and we do not use red on this particular team, but we won't really be needing it too much because we do have enchants, and enchants actually allow you to use a little bit less color. And as you can see right here, we could actually use that to get it up. Obviously, that would be a little bit of a waste on only 1 mana. We'll just take this for now. Actually, there's a perfect target for our ability. A very good bard. This is probably one of the most optimal uses you can get for it. Use it there. It'll give half the mana. It's going to be a little bit short, but the enchant on the following turn will give the last of the mana we need. And there we go. And it has a pretty huge damage right now. 20 damage to all enemies. We'll go and throw this down on... let's do it on purple here. We do have a bonus on purple by 1 to get those yellows. I did give it a little bit of yellow, but we can just cast out our huge attack. Ideally, we would get that random enchant on the one that only needs 2 mana. That is very unlikely, but hey, it could happen. He does have some freeze, though we did not actually use red, so it doesn't even matter that we were frozen there. And nope, she just enchants herself. Greedy. Very greedy. Okay, so we don't get that. But we only need like 1 more cast, and that's pretty much it. I'll probably go for a green, which we cannot take. So I'll probably just let it take the skulls. We'll go for the yellow. Really no point in skulling him down, since we have a bunch of AoE that will just hit all the enemies. We don't really need to focus it down in any way. And there we go on that. I may use it on her. No, I'll probably just use that on the dragon. You can see here I'm not really using the tank that much. It's mainly just for a tank. It cleanses and barriers itself, destroys a row, gains a lot of HP and armor, and that's boosted per yellow destroyed. It actually has a new trait that has never been used on anything. It has Holy Armor, which is basically like Stone Skin, except 10% less effective. It's going to be a little bit annoying to actually calculate that, because some numbers off your top of your head may be a little bit hard to determine what 40% is, such as like Queen Mab's 23 or something like that. Might be a little bit hard to determine in some instances. But I believe they're actually adding a couple more of these into the future to kind of just like different mitigations, which they would add something other than just mitigation, but nice to see things getting something else, because right now pretty much every single knight has like the 25% armor thing, and I think that's like more used than almost any trait these days, is the 25% armored one, and it's a very, very ineffective trait. So it's nice that they're trying to do like different ones and stuff like this. At least this is at least better than stones. I mean, at least better than just armor, the 25%. But still, it's nothing like an actual stone skin or granite skin or anything. But anyways, let's go, and it will take us 2 turns there. There's no way we can directly take mana. It's actually completely blocked deliberately because it can crystallize. When you just use the enchant on your troops, you don't really need to worry too much about the about them being blocked, because they're just going to get all of their mana from the turns ticking down. Every single turn we're going to be gaining 2 mana on that, and now we'll just take it out wherever. And of course we get the double Traitstone now for using the Maiden in a team. And of course now we overkill it since it only had like 3 HP, but there we go. Okay, so let's go, and there's the double Traitstone. As you can see, it just doubles whatever one you have. It doesn't do 2 different ones. Okay, so let's go now into the next team here against a Famine, it looks like. Yeah, Famine is a little bit more annoying this week because it is a Mystic bonus. And speaking about Mystic bonuses, we are going to be doing an all Mystic team, though I kind of want to repick Wraith. Oh, wow, level 9 on my 1 trophy. Game, please. Okay, we've repicked into literally the exact same team. Let's just do the revenge battle then against this. The main reason I'm skipping is I do not want to have to deal with a Wraith, Bone Dragon, Courage, Famine. That general team, it's definitely beatable, but just with random teams like this, it's very, very, very annoying if you get caught up in a spam. Pretty much will just instantly half kill your team this late in the game. But anyways, right here, we'd want to try taking purple off the first turn. We don't have it, so we are going to be trying to focus up our Lady Ornerial. As I said in the previous video, Lady Ornerial is basically like the unicorn from the new kingdom, except way, way, way better. The only thing it doesn't have is the cleanse, but it heals for a lot more and heals for all your allies. Well, it doesn't actually heal for more, but it will actually heal all your allies, so you're getting 4 times the healing, essentially, compared to the unicorn. The unicorn is a mystic though, so it is getting a 50% bonus, but after this week, unicorn will basically never be used, most likely, because it won't have a 50% bonus probably ever again, or at least for a very, very long time. It won't see that again. We're getting pretty unlucky in not being able to get the manas that we need here. I'll just go for the blue though. That'll give us our Lady Ornerial. I actually want to keep taking the purples that we have been. Mainly just want to get up that Dragon Soul, so we'll have the excess mana that we'll need. It'll also help to block out his Dragon Soul from taking it, since all of his purples are going straight to his Dragon Soul and not to anything else. So let's start off with the explosions, kind of start getting those off. Start with the Lady Ornerials, though we have a Famine up, so I might want to throw that before I get into it. We'll then throw down the Enchantress and go from there. So Famine, we can actually wait a turn on the Famine. Hopefully he doesn't get buffed up. Only a 1 in 4 chance that would happen. And good, it hits the Dragon Soul. That's actually the most perfect thing you could have hit right there. So that works out nice. We'll just do that. Get the little tap off. We'll kill out something on the team. Probably the Queen Mab. I don't want to deal with any freezes. She's used quite a bit these days to try to freeze the entire enemy team, or your entire team. And we'll just now throw out the Lady Ornerial. We get that huge HP buff on every single troop. Get the extra turn. Get the board control. And yeah, just throw that down. Get a little bit more mana. Get her right back up. And there she goes. She can heal right again. Whereas a unicorn would just end its turn, and then you wouldn't have been able to do any of that. Oh, whoops, I forgot. I wasn't paying attention to the +2. We actually could have done a Dragon Soul right there, which would have been a little bit better right there. No need to really keep buffing up our HP when we're pretty much invulnerable at this high of an HP. Scroll spam is about the only thing that could really kill us in this instance. That or Death Mark and Devour. But he has neither of those 2 things on his team, so we don't need to worry about that. So we'll just poke down with a Famine, and now all we need is a single skull. Hopefully he doesn't end up entangling us somehow. Let's see. Nope. Okay. But no mana we can really take. Ideally, we'd want to go reds and purples, but there's not enough to actually get all of it. I guess we'll go for 1. We'll go for the red and just go for something next turn. That'll be fine. Not like he can really do much this turn. We'll just go for a purple, end that out. He'll take the skull, and we'll just do it with another... actually, Dragon Soul won't be enough damage. We'll probably just have to use... yeah, 21 damage. With the 50% of bonus, Enchantress is actually pretty insane this week, stat-wise. So definitely want to use her. She's also in the event key drop pool, so even if you use only like 5 or 10 event keys, you'd most likely end up getting her if you don't already have a copy of her, because she is only an ultra rare. And yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to show then. Definitely make sure to get one of the new Silverglade troops. I'll be going over it later in more detail, but one thing I will want to note now, which I'll also mention later, is you'll likely want to buy at least 8 of her to get 16 Arcane Spirit Traitstones. You'll want to do this to upgrade your Queen Mab. As you saw, Queen Mab was used... Actually, if I'm not mistaken, Queen Mab was used in literally every single battle we did today. Even the one in Glacial Peaks, Queen Mab was still used, right? Queen Mab is in that battle. Yeah, literally every battle we just did, if I'm not mistaken, had a Queen Mab in it. Queen Mab is very, very powerful. Not only her ability, but just her last trait alone. She has the, if we go to her real quick, Queen Mab. What we have here is, of course, her Mana Burn. She deals, what Mana Burn is, for any of you that may not know, because the text code for it can be a little bit confusing. It deals her magic plus however much mana they currently have as damage. So if they have 5 out of 10 mana, that would be 24 damage. 5 from the mana that they have, and then 19 from her current magic. And if there's 13 or more blue, she automatically gains an extra turn, so you can just keep extra turn spamming her with a lot of blue. And the main reason why I said to get at least 8 of the current Maiden, to get 16 of those Traitstones, is you need that for her second and third trait. Her first trait, or her Arcane trait here, takes 10. Her Winter Veil takes 6, and her Winter Veil is what she's most known for. Freezes a random enemy on 4 or 5 times matches. Very, very annoying, very, very powerful. Used normally with Justice, or just in any team to make sure the enemy does not get extra turns. So definitely make sure that if you don't already have the Traitstones, even if you don't have a Queen Mab too, you might get a Queen Mab and then you'll have the Traitstones in advance. So buy them now. If you're playing this game and you have that much glory, definitely buy. I'll definitely be doing it on my Let's Play account later, and you definitely want to make sure you have enough of them for whenever you get a Queen Mab, so you can trade her. But anyways, that will do it for this event video. If you guys have any other questions about any of the events, anything in Gems of War in general, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. I hope this was helpful, and thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day.